Hello and welcome to Crystal Talks. Cynthia and I are here with you today to chat about another amazing crystal that we are super excited to share with you. This crystal is really cool because it has been mined and worked with in China since the Stone Age, perhaps one of the oldest crystals we have ever talked about, which is really, really cool. And it is also one of the most highly esteemed stones in China. So Cynthia, tell us what stone we're talking about today.
Today we're talking about jade, and of course it's known most as green jade, but interestingly enough, it comes in a whole host of other colors, including a beautiful blue and purple. There's a yellow, white, there's a whole variety. The golden jade is quite lovely as well. And it's a very powerful stone, as you would expect for something that's been around and being used for so long and honored. But it's also just an amazingly gentle stone. I have to admit, it wasn't one of my favorites. I had to really have it around and get used to it. But its power is sort of you can feel it emanating from the stone, and it's quite welcoming and gentle once you get to know it. So I highly recommend that you bring it into your collection if you don't already have it. And take it away, Katie.
So jade is a really cool stone because it actually aligns with the element of earth and air. So it has this balancing quality, which goes to the fact that it also aligns with the heart chakra, where all your harmony comes into play, where that yin and yang energy comes together. And so jade is this really powerful stone that brings abundance and luck, this prosperity that we've been talking about the past few weeks. And it's just a really, really cool stone to ground you down with that earth energy, but to also allow you to kind of get in that airy space where you're in this flow of bringing that abundance down into your earthly self, which is really, really cool. So I know I just told you a little bit about the benefits, the abundance and luck, but Cynthia, tell us more about what jade is really good for.
Well, that is, it is truly a stone of abundance and good luck. It's very, very powerful for healing of all kinds, but particularly emotional heart healing. It's supportive, as you might suspect, of love and relationships. It helps raise your self-esteem by increasing your feelings of self-sufficiency. That was the word I was looking for there, sorry. It reduces negative thought patterns. And as you can imagine, those go hand in hand. It helps you find courage and wisdom, and the wisdom that is the kind of wisdom to help you listen to your intuition, listen to the knowledge that you already know, but so many of us, block out, and it helps you work with that. It deepens our connection to nature. Of course, all of the gemstones that we're talking about come from nature, but jade in particular will strengthen the connection that you have if you have the jade around, with nature. It's, in fact, they're saying it's a living stone. It needs to be out and about. If you put it in a dark dark drawer somewhere, it sort of loses its vitality and becomes brutal. Physically, it helps with the kidneys, the bladder, and the spleen, and helps us balance our fluid systems in our body. And it supports pregnancy and fertility. So many, many, many areas where jade is beneficial.
It truly is a really powerful stone. And I think we can really, if we look at how highly held it is in China, but how long it has been highly held, we can really look to the power of this stone, because it's not like gone in and out of style. It's really been a solid stone that's highly esteemed since the Stone Age, which is really amazing. At least I think so. So some great mantras to use with jade are: I open my heart to connect to the flow of abundance and receive it. I connect into my intuition, stepping into the flow of abundance. Little mantras like that really add to the power of jade. I like to use jade to meditate with, actually, for heart healing, but really to activate that flow of abundance and open the heart to receiving it, because the flow of abundance is already flowing within you, but we get blocked and stopped up because we think it's outside of us and we think there's not enough and we have all these limiting beliefs. But jade can really lend its power to opening up your heart to receiving it, to that creating that harmony for that abundance to flow, to kind of dissolve those blocks around abundance. Also a great stone to use in any kind of heart opening yoga poses, such as cobra, locust, bridge, or wheel, and really great to use in a restorative yoga practice for that heart healing and that opening and stepping into that flow of abundance. Because sometimes we feel like connecting to abundance means action, 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 but a lot of times it means resting, connecting inward to be able to gain the wisdom to know what you need to do to connect to that flow of abundance. And jade can be really, really powerful in doing that. Cynthia, tell us how else we can use jade.
Well, you can place it throughout the house. Of course, there's many beautiful statues and art pieces that are made of jade. It not only brings that feeling of gentleness and love with it, but it's also very cleansing. So it cleanses your home. If you want to increase your luck and abundance, particularly through your work, then you would place it on your desk or in your work area. In feng shui, jade is used throughout the house to increase our life force. So it can be, placed in strategic places throughout the home. Certainly wear it as jewelry for emotional healing. Next to the heart would be a lovely place to wear it. Or if you're working on the fertility or supportive pregnancy aspect, then you might want to wear it as a bracelet, so it's down closer to the reproductive area of your body. And of course, put it in your roller bottles. Jade is a beautiful stone to have as chip and a little roller ball when you use your essential oils to boost the energy of both of them. So.
Absolutely. And it's interesting. You were saying wear the jewelry near your heart, right? So, your heart chakra actually extends down your arms into your palms. So you could also wear a bracelet, right? You could also wear a bracelet and you're still in that connection field of your heart. You can use the roller bottles with essential oils and roll it on your wrist with like a jade roller ball, where those jade chips in it. And you're still getting that heart-centered connection because your heart chakra extends down through your arms and into your palms. So you come in that line of the heart chakra. So really, really great stone to use. Tell us what essential oils we can use with jade and those roller bottles to really enhance its power.
Well, as usual, you want to pick your intention that you're going to, which one of the many benefits of jade are you going to want to be the one that you is your main purpose in using it. If you want to bring and strengthen love into your life or relationships, then the essential oils that I would suggest you try are rose, geranium, or marjoram. Harmony, if you're going for the, more of just the harmonious feeling overall. Lavender, lemon, sandalwood, and copaiba are good ones for that. If you're clarity, if you're working on seeing, listening to that, the intuition, then that will be supported by lemon, rosemary, spearmint, or peppermint to good ones to start. Self-esteem. I love bergamot for self-esteem and self-confidence. It's really, really powerful. And I can only imagine that putting that with green jade would just be amazing. I haven't tried that one, but I think I see that in my future very soon. Jasmine and lucia and cassia would be other ones that you could pair for self-esteem. Physically, if you want to support fertility, then clary sage, geranium, or ylang are good in that direction. Kidney and bladder support, as well as your blood system, your circulatory system. Cypress, juniper berry, frankincense, or geranium. So some powerful oils to put with a powerful gemstone.
Absolutely. I think I'd like to try the mix of bergamot and lavender, maybe with a little sandalwood, creating like harmony within that self-esteem. And I love those like citrusy floral flavors together, scents. We don't taste them, we smell them, Katie. Right? The scents together, I think they pair really well together. Thank you for sharing with us, Cynthia. Jade, like I said, has really been used throughout history. Primitive people in the British Isles used jades for axe heads, knives, and weapons. Indigenous tribes of Mexico, Central and South America, and New Zealand carved deity masks and ritual artifacts with jade. And like I said, it's been highly esteemed in China throughout history. I don't think there was a time that it wasn't highly esteemed in China. And really, ancient cultures believed jade to be a dream stone. So it was highly renowned for its metaphysical magic throughout history. I feel like a lot of times we talk about the stones and there's not always this metaphysical magic that's been aligned with them throughout history, and it's more of like a common thing. I think the stone we just talked about last week, for example, honey calcite, it wasn't thought of as having metaphysical properties until more recently. But jade is a stone that has been associated with that element of magic for as long as we could document it, right? As long as we could remember it, and even before then, right? So really, really an amazing stone. It also aligns with a couple different goddesses. Bonazia, the Roman goddess of earth, Roman earth goddess of fertility, and the Greek goddess of women. I am possibly going to pronounce this wrong. I don't even know that I'm going to give it. I'm not even going to give it a shot because I feel like I'm just going to butcher it. Do you want to try it, Cynthia?
Chalchu? No, that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Out of respect, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, but is the Aztec water goddess and protector of children. And then Morai, the three goddesses of fate, and Brigitte, the Irish goddess of fertility. So a lot of kind of metaphysical magic going into jade. Really, really an amazing stone to use for abundance, for heart healing, for those vibes, all those good vibes. So Cynthia, do you have anything you want to add?
No, other than I just, I would urge you to try green jade if you haven't, or jade of any color. The purple is an amazing bright purple color. I know when I first saw it, I thought, oh, that's got to be a dyed stone. It's such a brilliant purple, but it's not. It's quite beautiful. And likewise, the blue, the white, the golden, all the different shades of jade are quite lovely. And when you pair that with the strength and gentleness at the same time, it's truly another amazing creation of Mother Nature.
Absolutely. I agree. I'm going to have to look up this purple jade. I don't think I've ever seen a purple jade before. I'm going to have to look this up and get myself one because purple is my color. All right, you guys, thanks for being here today. And we will see you next week. If you want to grab the PDF on jade, just drop a little comment below and Cynthia or I will get it right over to you. So lots of love. We'll see you soon.